Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. I'm just a couple seconds late because my dog decided to wake up and I had to go catch him. He likes to bark, and we don't need him barking while we're having our hangout time together. Thank you so much for joining me on a Saturday. Last time we went live on a Saturday, it was like at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So hopefully this time is a little bit easier for people to join us. Oh, I see lots of people here. This is exciting. I always love to see where everybody's watching from. I am in Pennsylvania. It is gray, but it's warm today. It's like in the low 50s, which I know sounds chilly to some people, but up here in Pennsylvania, it's warm. So when I get done doing this live, we're hanging Christmas decorations outside because it's supposed to snow. And I would rather do it when it's 50 degrees out than when it's snowing. So yeah, there's that. But oh my goodness, look, so many people here. I'm so excited. We got New Jersey, Oklahoma City, Seattle, Houston, no closed caption. Corey, I don't know if we're able to do that. That's a tech thing, Eva, I'm afraid. But there will be a replay. So if you need the captions, there will be a replay. And I believe you might be able to see the captions on the replay in YouTube, but I don't know that for sure. Okay. Let me see where else we got. Florida, Central, is that Wisconsin, Texas, New Jersey. I lived in New Jersey for a while. Oklahoma City, Delaware, Minnesota, Alabama. Oh my goodness. So I am super excited. We're just going to take like a couple minutes to make sure that everybody can find us. Because this, full disclosure, this is the first time we're on two platforms at the same time. So it might take a little bit for people to find us if they're watching on the YouTube side. If you're watching on the StreamYard side, it's a little more stable on that end because I'm used to going live over there on this platform. This is where I'm at right now. I'm on StreamYard. Okay, so while we're waiting, I am going to do just a bit of housekeeping. And first of all, this talk should be about 25 minutes long, as long as I don't go off on a tangent. I have notes, so I stay focused. So I hopefully will stay on point. And then that way I'm not wasting your guys' time because I know it's a Saturday, right? You've got things to do. So there's that. Yes, there will be a replay if you registered for this talk. So if you put in your name and an email address, I believe the replay goes out within about 10 or 15 minutes after the talk is over. It will also be on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch it over there as well. Also, really quickly, I am not selling anything today, okay? So this is just us hanging out and having a good time together, but I am sharing something that's really exciting that might just be a game changer that you're looking for. So do stick with me to the very end on that. And I believe that's all my housekeeping. Do we have anything else? Oh, thank you, Caroline. That's very sweet of you to say. I think we're good. Chicago Burbs, Massachusetts, Southwest Ohio. Oh, Kathy, I don't know if you meant to share your email address with us, but you don't have to share it here. It automatically goes out. So I'm sorry if that was misunderstanding. If you signed up, which you probably did, if you're in the chat for StreamYard, you will automatically get the video sent to you afterwards, the replay video. Okay? Okay. I think that is everything. Corey, I don't know if we're able to remove that. Corey, can you delete that comment? Because I don't know if she wants, unless you already did it. It's going up pretty quick. Okay, I think that is everything, and I think we're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and get started. One more thing. Corey's here. Everybody say hi to Corey. Corey's not usually here on Saturdays, but he is here today. And if you have any questions about what I'm talking about or anything that has to do with downsizing or anything that I'm sharing in this talk today, please go ahead and put it in the comments. Corey's going to be gathering those up and I will answer them at the end. If it's something technical and Corey can answer that, he'll take care of it right away. And he's under Tracy Lynn Decluttering Minutes. That's actually Corey, but he's under that little emblem. So, okay, there's that. All right, everybody's saying hi, Corey. That's fun. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me get everything set up on my end so we can go ahead and get started. Fingers crossed there's no tech issues. But okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. All right, you guys, let's be real. Your home doesn't look messy, but it does feel heavy. And I know I say that often because it's true. It's like every drawer is overstuffed, things peeking out from the top, and no matter how hard you try, it still won't close. That overstuffiness, and yes, that's officially a word now, is quietly playing a role in your life. It sits there reminding you that you're not completely in control, nagging at you when you're just trying to get through your day. Okay, here's the thing, it's true that you're not drowning. You're not exactly in fight or flight mode either, right? But you are dragging. There's still too much stuff, even though you've been decluttering for years. It just isn't working. And that is something I can completely relate to. This past year, I realized something that really changed my entire outlook, and I want to share it with you now. Somewhere along the way, our homes stopped being places we live in and became storage units for the past. And that has made our homes exhausting to live in, right? I know that was me, and that might be you too, and that's okay. But all those extra things, the old memories, the random items we're not using, the overflow we've been meaning to get to, they're not just taking up space, they're taking up our energy. And at this point in our lives, we don't need a house that feels like one more thing we need to manage. We need a home that fits who we are today, not the person we were 20 years ago. Okay, I know I've been saying that a lot in my lives and in my videos, so let's talk quickly on what that actually means. What does a home that supports who you are today actually look like? Well, I'm glad you asked that question, even though you technically didn't, because this is the foundation of everything we're talking about. A supportive home is one where your everyday things are easy to find, and the items from older seasons, especially the busy years of raising your kids, well, those things aren't still taking up space and getting in your way. It's a home that feels clear, less cluttered, and even manageable. A home you can walk through without being reminded of unfinished projects, like the hole in your bathroom wall that has been there for over a year waiting to be fixed, or decisions you've been postponing, like should I still be using the turkey platter my mother in law gave me, even though I hate it? The good news is it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to make sense for who you are right now. Removing the things you no longer need so you can free up space for the things you do. That right there is the cornerstone of downsizing. Okay, so let's pause for just a minute and check and see where we landed. And if this resonates with you, give me a thumbs up, say yes, give me a wave of your hands. I think there's emojis in the comments. I think you could put emojis, but just let me know if this is hitting home with you, right? So here's where we've landed so far in our talk. Our homes are still filled with things from our past with little to no room for things we need in our present, right? That's the first thing. We also know that decluttering is hard, emotionally exhausting, and let's be honest, if it worked for you, you probably wouldn't be here right now. Yes, those two things are biggies. And for years, they kept me stuck on a hamster wheel. Yes. Oh my goodness, we have so many yeses. Okay, I'm glad. I want this to hit home because I know where you're at. I've been where you're at, and I found a way to get to where I want to be. But back then, when I was stuck on that hamster wheel, decluttering like crazy, because that's what I was doing. I was decluttering all the time, making decisions I didn't have the energy for, and relying on organizers and containers just to keep things from spilling out into the rest of my home. And even with all of that, I still had way more stuff than would fit. That is when I realized that decluttering wasn't working and a new approach was needed right now, or I was never going to get out of this mess I was in. Now, if you ever opened a closet, sat there for a hot minute just staring at the stuff inside, then immediately closed the door, swearing to deal with that headache some other time, I get it because I've been there more times than I care to count. And if that is you, then good news, you're in the right place. Okay, anything else? Oh, you're out. I'm sorry, Eva. I don't even know if there are closed captions for live videos. I do know they are there for replays, but for live videos on StreamYard, they're not there. I don't, Corey, do you know if they're there on the YouTube side? I don't know if there are or not, but maybe he can check that out for you. And if so, he might be able to help you out with that. Okay. So here's the thing. For years when my kids were little, and I'm sure I'm not the only one like this, right? I kept everything. I kept every school paper, every trophy. I even kept my oldest son's very first sliver. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I had his first sliver on a little napkin that said so-and-so's first sliver and the date, and it was all taped together and it was in his memory box. Yep, I was that person, kept all the stuff. I kept so much stuff in boxes and bags in our attic that the ceiling literally cracked down below in our garage. That was the ceiling to our attic, right? It literally cracked from the weight of it all. So in my head, I thought if I had room in my attic to hold it, that was my green light to keep it. And boy, was I ever wrong. So fast forward 20 years, our youngest son, our last son moved out, and my husband and I were ready for a smaller place. That's when I came face to face with my somewhat organized yet very overwhelming collection of memories. And I had to figure out what to keep, what to let go of, and what truly deserved a place in our much smaller home. But here's the thing, there was no clear system to follow, no step-by-step process that made sense for me. I felt like I was fumbling around in the dark, looking for a light switch. And if you've ever had to make a lifestyle change that way, you know how frightening and frustrating it is. Now, thankfully, one of my strengths is creating systems that remove the guesswork and make progress actually feel possible. So that's exactly what I did. I came to my own rescue and created a system that helped me see what should stay, what could go, and how to do it all without getting caught up in overwhelming emotions. That system is what I'm sharing with you today. The same system that got me through that stressful time is now almost ready to help you do the same. To take your overstuffed home, reduce it in a realistic, doable way, and make decisions based on practicality instead of pressure or even guilt. To curate a home that fits the life you're living right now. I call it the right-sized living method. Now, right-sized living isn't about living with less. It's about living with what fits. It's not about decluttering for the sake of decluttering. It's about downsizing so your home reflects who you are today. You're not keeping everything. You're keeping the right things. You're not being forced to donate everything either, only the true excess. So in simple terms, the right size living method is a shift in thinking. Instead of asking, what should I get rid of? We ask, what should I keep? What fits my life today? Yeah, it's a small shift, but it literally changes everything. But I didn't want to just hand you a method and say, good luck. I wanted it to be a guided journey from where you are right now to where you want to be with support every step of the way. Because doing this alone, it is so incredibly hard. I know that firsthand. So to go with the right size living method, I also created the Fit and Flow pathway, which includes 5 tools to help you reset your home without guilt, without emotional overwhelm, and without getting pressured to fit a cookie cutter mold. And I'm going to share those 5 tools with you right now. Okay, so let's break them all down. First up in the Fit and Flow pathway is space logic. And you've heard me talk about this before. This is a tool that uses your space to determine what can stay. The space sets the limit. You choose the very best items, and whatever doesn't fit is what needs to go. This immediately removes the overwhelm because it takes the pressure off your shoulders. You aren't just looking for things to donate. You're choosing your favorites so you can more clearly see the excess. Remember, right-sized living is about choosing, not losing. And that, my friend, is a game changer. Okay, next up is location audits. And this, it simply means looking at where your items are currently stored and deciding if it still makes sense. Okay, sometimes the only thing standing between you and an organized space or room is the location you chose 20 years ago that no longer works. So here's another game changer. You are allowed to move things. You're allowed to update your home to fit your life today. And location audits can help you do just that. Okay, now we have overflow options. And this one is for my rule breakers, the people who have more than what might seem reasonable to someone else. So I used this before, and I've got a good example, right? It may not seem necessary to have over 20 different coffee mugs just for myself. And Space Logic, well, it agrees with that. You see, my cabinet only holds 4 mugs comfortably. And practicality says I should get rid of 16 mugs. But I love my mugs and I want to keep them all. That is where overflow options come in to save the day, thank goodness. So instead of being forced to declutter, I can store the extras in a mug organizer and keep it neatly in my basement pantry area. That way, I can rotate them out whenever I want. Here's the thing, you guys, downsizing is different. You start by keeping the things you want, and if something doesn't fit and you're panicking about letting it go, overflow options are there to give you a plan B. Game changer, right? Okay. Now we're going to talk about memories because whenever we do this, well, they're the hardest part. But luckily, I have 2 tools to help with that. First up is sample memories. This helpful tool allows you to keep a meaningful part of a memory without holding on to all of it. So instead of 3 totes of baby clothes, you choose 4 or 5 special outfits, wrap them in tissue paper to preserve them, and store them in a smaller memory box for your kids to have someday. The memory stays intact and treasured without turning into a collection of plastic totes, also known as memory clutter. Now, I've shared this story before, but it really shows how powerful sample memories can be. So I had a couple of boxes of my grandmother's dishes that were given to me after she passed away. And for years, they sat forgotten in a corner of my basement. Now, when I finally came across them, I realized those boxes weren't honoring her memory at all. So I chose 1 plate and 1 saucer, placed them on one of those photo stands, and put them in my dining room cabinet and let the rest go. Now I see them every day, and they mean far more to me this way than those dusty boxes ever did. That's the heart of sample memories. Instead of hiding things away, you bring a special piece of your past into your daily life where it can be seen and appreciated. I love that one. Don't you love that one? Okay, then we have memory journals. These are for anyone who struggles to let go, but still wants or needs to reduce the physical stuff. So how it works is you take photos of important things, memories, and write down the stories that go with them. You put them inside of a notebook or a journal and create a memory book. So instead of piles of sentimental clutter, you have a story you can hold, read, and even share. A legacy you can pass on so it can live on long after you're gone. Isn't it better to leave a memory journal rather than dozens of boxes that someone else is forced to deal with? This is one of my favorite tools because it honors your story while giving you the freedom to move forward. And that is the overview of the right-size living method and the Fit and Flow pathway. It's the approach I used when I was staring down a moving truck and too much stuff. It gave me choices, kept the guilt and overwhelm away by bringing a heavy dose of practicality, and allowed me to make more progress than I ever had before. So, is right-size living the answer? I truly believe it is. When you right-size your home, you start to breathe again. You open a closet and it feels manageable. You walk into a room and you feel comfortable. Your mornings feel easier because your space finally reflects the person you are today. And you're no longer searching through piles or moving items just to clean a shelf. And you're not stepping over clutter or shifting piles of papers just so you can make dinner. The right-size living method guides you through downsizing, not decluttering. It helps you see what fits both your space and your life so you can build a home that supports who you are today. Does this sound like something you guys are excited about? Here's the thing, guys, I want to say real quick. You've spent years, maybe even decades, living life for your spouses, for your family, for your kids, your grandkids, maybe even your pets. Now it's time to create a home that supports you, a home that gives you space to enjoy this next chapter, because this isn't about shrinking your life, it's about expanding it. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Caroline says, memory journal is very practical. I did something like that, taking pictures of those things, but I don't have them in a journal or album yet. That's a good idea. Yeah, it was an idea that came up to me when I was actually in my attic, because you all know my story, right? I had to get out of our family home of 26 years and move into this empty nester home, and our house sold super fast. So my entire attic and all the excess stuff had to be shoved into 3 large storage units while we worked to downsize that stuff. And when I was working through those memories, literally totes of baby clothes, totes of school papers that I kept for my kids. I didn't want to keep all the stuff, but I didn't want to get rid of it either. So I thought, what if I just made a journal? A journal of the different times, I could do one for each decade. I could do one for each of my kids. And then those stories in these neat little journals could all be passed on. So my family's not left with a huge pile of stuff to sort through, right? Instead, they're left with the stories, the memories, the things that meant something to me. And that's more important. And it's a gift you're giving to them as well as passing on from you, right? Okay, so let's talk about the details of right-sized living. Oh, Sandra said, definitely. I still have a large container of things from my parents. Yes, there were dishes. There's always dishes, right? The dishes are always there. But here's the thing, you guys. I'm not here to tell you that you have to get rid of it. If you want to keep it, keep it. I had somebody ask me on YouTube the other day. They're like, what do you do with the photos? Photos are one of my things. Photos are things I love to develop and I love to keep and I love to hold on to. And if that is something you love, then you keep it, right? I'm not telling you you have to get rid of it. We're not minimalizing. We're not decluttering. We're not simplifying. We're curating. That's different. We're creating a home that fits you. And if having those photographs fits your life today, then you keep those photographs. The trick is making space for them. Get rid of the 27 spatulas so you can free up room for the things that make sense, right? If you have 150 books on your bookshelf and you only want 20 of them, get rid of 130 of them and free up space to put photo albums. If that's more enjoyable looking for photo albums than paging through books you've already read more than once, then make it fit that way. That's what downsizing is. You're downsizing this so you can make space for that. Okay? So it is practical, but it is also a game changer. Okay. So let's talk about the details. And Corey, if you want to put that link up now, that would be great. The Right Size Living community is not another decluttering group. I want to make that clear. It's not a place where you're left to figure it out on your own either. It is a guided step-by-step journey that uses the right size living method and the Fit and Flow pathway in a way that feels doable, supportive, and steady. And that link is for a wait list. It is not to buy anything. It is just to get on the wait list because this program will not be ready till the end of December. It is still being finished up and it'll go live the end of December. So inside of the community, you're going to learn how to downsize your home using clarity and practicality instead of stress or emotion. Each month, you'll get clear direction, weekly, simple, but powerful project checklists and tools that help you keep moving even when things feel overwhelming. You'll get access to solutions like the overflow plans I told you about, the location audits, which are game changers, and support for handling the memories. So you always know what your next step is. And because I'm in the community, you'll also receive monthly personal email check-ins from me where we talk, just you and I, through what's working, what feels challenging, and where you might need a little extra help. Call me your personal downsizing coach. You won't be doing this alone. And that is super important that you hear that because you're going to get steady encouragement. Videos just like this from me to start every single week and guidance to help you every step of the way. But what truly sets this community apart is the women inside it. Women in the same season of life, moving toward the same goal, supporting each other with honesty and kindness. No shame, no guilt, and never overwhelm. Just real progress in real homes. So if this approach feels like what you've been searching for and you're ready for a home that finally supports the life you're living in today, I would love for you to join the Right Size Living Community waitlist. That's the link right there. When you add your name, you become a VIP. That means you'll be the first to know when the doors open at the end of December. And because doors will only be open for 1 week before they close again, being on that wait list really does matter. You'll also receive something special because remember, I said you're VIP. As we get closer to opening day, there are going to be special things just for the people on that wait list. So stay tuned for that. This is a no cost obligation wait list. It is free to be on it, and it comes with some pretty amazing perks. But more on that later. You need to be on the list to find out what they are. So if you're ready to right size your home and step into a new chapter, go to declutterinminutes.com/wait2026 and add your name and your email address when it prompts you for that. Once you do that and you hit, I think it says join now, I think, then go back to your inbox and watch for that email to come through. And I think it comes from Tracy Lynn. I think it'll say Tracy Lynn or Declutter Minutes. Look for one of those two email addresses that is sending it. You need to see that email because once it comes, you have to click the confirmation box inside because legally I need you to click that before I can put you on that wait list. So that's super important you do that. And once you get that button clicked, then you're officially on the list. Now, if you sign up for that, there's a lot of people watching and there's a lot of people on YouTube watching because we're on 2 different platforms right now. Give it a good 15 to 25 minutes before you get that email. If nothing comes through in like a half an hour, then email us at contact@tracylynnmedia.com and then we'll see if we can't get that confirmation sent over to you. It just might take a little bit of time. The only reason why it wouldn't come through, you guys, is if you accidentally did a typo in your email address. So double check it before you hit enter. And if you double checked it and it still didn't come through, you can try signing up again before you email us just to make sure that you get on that list. Okay. Let me see if we have any questions. And there's a couple here. So I'm going to pull this over here so I can see them. Michelle said, I read this book and it helped me declutter a number of things. What Your Clutter is Trying to Tell You by Carrie L. Richardson. Oh, that's a great suggestion, Michelle. Thank you for that. I have not read that book or heard of it, so I will have to add that to my reading list. Lynn says, yes, and to add to mine, last April, my son died unexpectedly. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lynn. One night, and things came to my house we didn't know what to do with, although mainly memorable things. And in March, my mom passed away, so have some sentimental stuff of hers. Don't know how to keep this. That is hard. And here's the thing that I want to share with you, Lynn. Be kind to yourself, right? That's a lot of emotions to deal with. And even though it happened months ago, losing a child is horrible and you need time to deal with that and you need to be kind with yourself. So take things slow, right? Do things with intention and kindness and love and sort through it at a pace that you're okay with. It's okay for this to take a while. It's okay because it's hard, right? It's hard. So my condolences. I'm sorry about that. Laura said, did something already ask about old scrapbooks from growing up? Oh, did somebody already ask about old scrapbooks about growing up? No, they did not. Here's the thing about scrapbooks. I used to be a scrapbooker. So I know when people say, help me with my craft room, I have a lot of stuff in there. Yeah, I know what that's like. I used to save little scraps of ribbon because as a crafter, you never know when you might need that to make a card or do a scrapbook, right? So I do have scrapbooks that I made myself. So basically what I do, and this is just a simple tip, if you have stuff that was given to you or you have stuff that you have that you can't really keep a sample memory of, you can't really keep a journal memory of it, but you don't want to get rid of it, take a picture of it and then start a text with your family, whether it be your kids, your grandkids, your siblings, your cousins, whatever it is, and ask them if they want it. Sometimes passing it on to a family member is easier than chucking it, right? So I would always do that first. That's what I always do. If there's something that I'm just not quite sure I want to let go of, I'll ask my family if they want it first. And I did that with a lot of Christmas decorations because I'm decorating right now, right? And in my other home, I had 9 Christmas trees. I kid you not, 9. But in this home, I have 2. That is a lot fewer ornaments than I needed for the 9 trees, right? So when I sat down, this was just last Sunday, I think it was. I sat down with all my ornaments and I started making piles of things I definitely did not want to get rid of, even though I wasn't using them at the moment because the tree was already decorated. Things that I was on the fence about, things I definitely didn't want, and things that were broken and I couldn't fix, right? So I tossed the things that were broken. The things I definitely didn't want went to donation. The things I was on the fence about, spread them all out, took pictures, asked my kids if they wanted them. And those that claimed ornaments, I just put them in their own piles and I was able to pass those on. And then that left me a much, much smaller pile. And then I could decide, hey, I only have 4 things now instead of 25. Do I want to keep them? It's only 4. And I could more easily say yes to keeping them. It was only 4 more ornaments, right? So you might want to do that with the scrapbooks. Take pictures, share it with your family in those text messages, and give them the opportunity to claim them. Then if nobody wants them, pull out a page or 2 and take those 5 scrapbooks and condense them into 1. That way you're keeping 1 scrapbook with your favorite pages and you can get rid of the other scrapbooks. Okay? All right. Caroline says, question, my mother-in-law has a lot of family things, but she wants to downsize by giving those things to the rest of us. I'm in the middle of that right now. Yes. As they're on the receiving end, not the giving end. But we don't have room for them. How can I turn it away without hurting feelings? I am so sentimental that I'm afraid if I let it in, it will never leave. Hope that makes sense. Yes, Caroline, it makes a lot of sense. So here's what I had to do. I had 2 family members doing this, and I had to tell them both, thank you so much for the offer, but I am really trying to downsize my own home. And you've given me so many wonderful things already. I would rather keep the things that you gave me, and you could pass those on to someone else who might really want them. It is simple and it's to the point. And if they say, that's okay, if you don't want them, throw them out. Say, I don't want them. So you can go ahead and throw them out. But thank you. Make sure you thank them. Oh, that's so sweet of you for thinking of me. But here's the thing. I've already got so many amazing things that you gave me. And I've got all these wonderful memories. So I am going to keep the memories that you already gave me, and you can pass those on to someone else. Hopefully that helps. There's not going to be an answer that's going to work for everyone, but that is an approach that's kind and caring without being mean. Okay. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to chat about? Oh, hi, Stella. Okay. Is that everything else? I think that's everything. Okay. So if you guys get on the wait list, anybody who's joining us late, if you get on the wait list, it's a no cost wait list obligation. That just puts you on the need to know VIP list. We're going to be doing, here's a couple things. I don't know if I'm allowed to share this yet. Corey can't yell at me. He's in a different house, so he can't yell at me. But I'm all about spilling the beans. So on December 27th, we are going to be doing, I think it's a 8-day event. And it is all to celebrate the new community. We are going to be opening up a pop-up Facebook group where everybody can enter and join. We're going to be doing raffles, giving away prizes, giving away a 1-year scholarship to the Right Size Living community. We are going to be doing a challenge, in real live challenge that's going to span, I think it's 6 days, Corey, right? I think it is. I think it's 6 days. We're going to be doing a 6-day challenge on that. And it is free to be in that fun event. If you're on the VIP list, you don't have to worry about the invitation because you're automatically going to get an invite. So that's another reason to be on the VIP list. So that's going to be super, super fun. So yeah, hopefully I was allowed to share that. If not, I'll get yelled at later. Okay, I think that's everything. Hang on. Let me see if I can get her to answer it again. We tend to cut questions out of replays. Oh, the scrapbook question, Laura. So yeah, what Caroline said. Oh no, not Caroline. That is for the mother-in-law. You're welcome, Caroline. That was you. Thank you for the answer. I think it's also doesn't want to be the one to get rid of the things, the bad guy. That's exactly right. And here's the thing. My kids have told me when I've tried to pass things on to them without asking first, they have said, "Are you just passing your stuff on to me so I can be the one who has to throw it out?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'm doing. What I used to get upset about, I was doing to my own kids." So we don't realize we're doing it. And your mother-in-law, Caroline, she might not realize she's doing it either. So when you relay the message with kindness and love and start out by complimenting and thanking and then let them know that it's just not for me, it kind of lessens the blow, right? Okay, hang on a quick second. Okay, Laura, let me go through. I'm just going to go through real quick because I remember the answer and I'm going to cliff notes it. So basically, what you want to do is if you've got all these scrapbooks from you growing up that were yours, then I would take pictures of them, start a group chat, see if your siblings are interested in them. I don't know if they're part of your siblings' life as well. See if your cousins want them. I don't know if they have pictures in there as well. You can also take all the scrapbooks and condense them into one. So pull out 2 or 3 pages, because I'm assuming they're in a binder. Pull out 2 or 3 pages that you absolutely love, put them in one scrapbook, and then it could be, a scrapbook that ranges all of those. Then you can let the other pages go. So it's keeping a sample of each scrapbook in one location so you can let the rest of the scrapbooks go without feeling guilty. So you still have the story without the clutter, if that makes sense. Well said. Yeah, right, Laura? It shall be at my brother's for the challenge. Will you be able to catch up when I get back, please? Here's the thing. We are going to be doing the challenge is going to be live videos, and we have to film them at 11 o'clock in the morning live because I promised my husband I would be available in the afternoons to do holiday things. So full disclosure, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And I know we have people from overseas and in different time zones that can't make that time. So they are going to be recorded and in that Facebook group. Now, for those of you that do not like to be in Facebook groups, this is what we call a pop-up Facebook group. It is only going to be open during the 6-day event. And then we will close it down and lock it down so no one can get in. It is also by invitation only and by approval only. So only people on our email list will get the invitation, and then they have to answer certain questions and agree to privacy rules before we let them in. It's extra work on our end, but it is a way for us to make sure it's absolutely a safe and secure place for you to be in. Thank you for the scrapbook advice. The old ones from high school and a ton of stuff in that I wouldn't save now, considering condensing is a great idea. Yes, I love condensing. It was a game changer for me, especially with the baby clothes. Okay, are we good? Are we good? Does anybody have any questions? I think that is it. Corey, if we're good, can you just let me know on that Google Doc, just so I know, because the questions were going really quick. I think that covers everything. Any ideas on how to organize things, pictures, etc., when preparing a live history? Oh, organizing. What do you mean by a live history? Like doing like a family tree? Is that what you mean, Karen? Are you still here? You're welcome, Caroline. You're welcome, Deb. You're welcome, Lorna. Okay, so here's the thing. If you've got a ton of pictures and you are doing like a family book, like a history book of your family or a family tree or whatever it is that you're doing, the way our family book was done was by family. So what they did was they did pictures by family, life history detailed. Yeah, I would do things by family, and then in each family, put them in chronological order as best you can, because that's the way. We have a really thick history book that my aunt and I think a bunch of people worked on, and it's amazing. And it's all done in chronological order by family. So I would think the easiest way to do that is organize those pictures by family, then in chronological order for each family. Okay. I'm trying to see. A little late, what we're here. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, we're done now, but you will get a replay since you're here in the comments on StreamYard. You will get a replay emailed to you of the entire talk. Karen said my life story. Oh, your life story. Okay, got it. Then I would do it chronologically. That would be your best way to do it. Sort it out by decades, and then you can go into each decade and sort it from there, right? So I would do, 50s to 60s, 70 or 60s to 70s, and all the way up. And then at least that'll bring it down. So you want to start broad to sort things out. And then once you get those different categories done, then you can organize more distinctly in each of those decades. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. I think that is it for us. Okay, anybody that joined late, once I get done talking, the chat stays up for I think like 10 minutes. So I'll try to stick around in case you have any questions, because I know people are joining late, and then it closes out automatically by StreamYard. The replay will be coming to your email address by StreamYard, but I think I have to leave the platform for that to happen. And then it'll be, you'll have a copy of it, and it'll be on YouTube as well. And oh, Corey, put up the link for our YouTube channel. We're starting to go live twice a week, not live. We're starting to post videos twice a week on the YouTube channel that has to do with the right size living method. So if you subscribe to that channel, you'll get notice when those videos go out. So they go out on Tuesdays and Fridays every week. I'm trying to keep them short and helpful, 6 to 8 minutes long, so that they're actionable and you don't have to worry about taking a lot of time there. But if you go, if you type that link in, go to youtube.com/@declutterinminutes and click subscribe. That way you can get notice of the videos when they get recorded and go out so you don't miss them. Also, if you like any of our videos, that gives me credit on YouTube. And that's one of the ways we can get to more people. And our channel is just doing so well right now. There's so many people joining our channel. And we're super excited about that. Can you put it in the chat? Yes. Oh, in the chat. Yeah, Corey, can you do that? If you put it in the chat, I believe it's clickable. If not, put it on the Google Doc, and I could put the YouTube channel in the chat. We might want to put the waitlist link in the chat as well if it ends up being clickable. I think it does. You just have to copy and paste it. Hang on. Okay. Oh. I can't click it. So I don't know if that's clickable or not. No. That Google Docs for us, Ann. Sorry, talking behind the scenes. If you can't click that, at least you can copy and paste it. So yeah, Corey's awesome. He's my right-hand man. Okay, I think that is everything. Okay, good. If I could click it. Yay, Caroline, that's awesome. Corey, you want to put the waitlist one in there as well? Or you did? Are they both in there? I can't tell if they are. If not, we should put them both in. YouTube subscribe. Yes, it's clickable. Thank you, everybody, for your support. I'm super excited that downsizing is resonating with you. I'm really, really excited to help you guys do this with all these tools and everything, because listen, I had a lot of stuff, I'm telling you. And if you heard my early decluttering stories from back when my kids are little, I've left a kid at a baseball field because I was so disorganized and chaotic. Almost burnt the house down because I used to hide dirty dishes in my oven, and my one son went to make a pizza. These are all true stories, you guys. I was a hot, disastrous mess. And I was finally able to get my home curated and filled with things that I like seeing, that I don't mind dusting, that I like having around. And I just want to let you know that it is possible. So all that to say, thank you so much for joining me today. I am excited to see what happens for you, because this is where your journey begins. Oh, Lisa, we don't have the price yet. We don't. It's still in the finishing touches. We've got a lot of it done, but not all of it done. So you'll hear about that in December. And if you're on the wait list, you will know when the doors open, so you can jump over and get all of the details, right? It's just an overview on the wait list page of what's coming. But yeah, all the details will come up, Lisa, for sure. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and scoot. Have a great day. And you're all welcome. Thanks. Take care.